One of the greatest gifts of travel isn't seeing famous places. It's meeting people whose lives are completely different from your own. Have you ever met someone whose story changed the way you looked at the world? After more than 40 years of leading tours around the world, I've met thousands of people. But two women have stayed with me all these years. One was my national guide in the Soviet Union. The other was a local guide in Shanghai. We were exactly the same age, but our young lives couldn't have been more different. Like many people, when I was 18, I thought my life was difficult. I was working my way through college, paying my own expenses, and wondering what my future would be. Years later, while leading tours in China, I spent 16 hours riding on a school bus with our local guide after our flight was canceled. During that long drive, we shared stories about growing up. She told me what it was like to be 18 during the Cultural Revolution. She explained that many educated people, artists, and professionals were persecuted. Families were torn apart, books and works of art were destroyed, and young people like her were sent away from their homes to work on farms. She told me there was no electricity, no running water, and no way to call home. They were cold, hungry, and missed their families terribly. She said they cried themselves to sleep many nights. Eventually, she became a traveling medical worker in the countryside. Years later, she was finally able to return to Shanghai and rebuild her life. Listening to her story gave me a completely different perspective on my own life. When I thought about the challenges I had faced at 18, they seemed very different after hearing what she had experienced. That's one of the greatest gifts travel has given me. It hasn't just allowed me to see incredible places. It's allowed me to understand people whose lives were shaped by history in ways I could never have imagined. People often ask me what I remember most after all these years of leading tours. Honestly, it isn't what was inside the Temple of Heaven, or the castles, or even many of the famous landmarks. What I remember are the people, their kindness, their courage, their stories. Looking back, I realize I've had the privilege of watching history unfold, not just through the places I visited, but through the lives of the extraordinary people I was fortunate enough to meet. If you've ever met someone whose story stayed with you, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. And if you enjoy true travel stories like this, I hope you'll join me for the next one.